Hi, good evening, everyone. So, my name is Moin. I'm one of the traders over here. So, this is the weekly session that we do in the middle of the week, basically to review the trades, discuss about anti-method trading, like strategies, any charts that you want to have reviewed, any questions that you may have. Okay, glad that you guys are joining here and we're getting pretty big audience. So, before starting, my favorite disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any one of the analysts or the owners of this server. This is totally from the perspective of education. That's it. Okay. So don't take think I mean like the things that we post, those are for you guys to learn basically. Okay. Totally take it from that perspective.
Memo that
So
the
let's start.
original memo that was allegedly clear as day had now been rescinded. Here
And
is
if
that
this is the
two-sentence
first
memo.
time that you're joining, that
Memorandum M.
please note that it's a completely free format session. We're
Order
all here
filled.
to help each other improve as a trader. That's the sole objective, not only of this server, but as well as these sessions. So feel free to ask your questions. All right. Anything. There are no dumb questions. There might be dumb answers, but that's on me. Okay. So who wants to go first? The floor is open. Aaron, can I start with you as no before anyone asks a question? What was your exact query that you and Jad were discussing in the chat?
Um, I was just asking how you were shorting things after hours, but I
Okay.
was asking because I was thinking that you were doing puts, not shorting.
Oh,
I
I
just
was short. I
misunderstood.
always short. On penny stocks, I never touch options on penny stocks. Okay. It's purely for like borrowing the stock from my broker, selling it, then buying it low, returning back. Okay, whatever is the margin that I can keep, that's my profit. That's how I trade the penny stocks after hours or in the morning hours. Okay, so that's it. Okay. And even during regular
Jay
hours, stay
said,
away
why
from
did you say
shorting.
it's riskier than going long?
I'll explain,
What
Jared.
makes it that way?
I'll explain. Okay, the thing is very plain and simple that even during regular hours, don't think of like doing options on penny stocks. Okay, because most penny stocks are pump and dumps, and these have like monthly expiry options. So by the time your monthly expiry comes into play and things like
Order
that,
filled.
that is basically already it's game over. Okay, the pump and dump has been done. All right. Let's look at why shorting is more riskier than going long. Say there are two traders, me and Aaron. Okay, Aaron is a trader who goes long versus Moin the trader who goes short. Now let's say Aaron bought 1000 shares of X4 for 75 cents, right around here. Say X4 drops. He spent total 750 bucks, right? For buying 1000 shares. So let's say after a while, X4 drops. It keeps dropping. It keeps on dropping till let's say the value of X4 is 10 cents. How much does Aaron lose? 650. Let's say for some whatever reason, after the pump, the notice comes that X4 has been delisted, banned as a company for NYSE. No more X4, right? The shares are worth nothing. It's a junk. How much will Aaron lose in total? 750 bucks. What he put the capital in the trade, correct? He cannot lose more than that. But let's say X4 starts pumping from here. And let's say for example, I shorted X4 right at 80 cents. I shorted with the expectation price will come down. It will be better for me. I'll make money. Okay, and I will cover my short position by buying back. What if price does not come back? What if X4 just keeps on pumping? It can happen, right? Let's say price of X4 goes to $2. What happens to me? Is my 1000 shares are valued at 2000 bucks now. I lost 1200 bucks because my position was opened at sorry, my position was opened at 80 cents. I'm down 1200 bucks. Let's say X4 squeezes even more. This thing goes to $3. My loss is just increasing because on the upside, there is no limit, right? Where this thing will stop. Nobody knows except God where this thing may stop at all or whether it will even stop. Okay. So, in that way, if you look from that perspective, shorting carries way more risk than going long because when you go long,
J. Said AHHIC because upside is technically unlimited. Your short can lose
exactly,
over
Jared.
100% thumbs up.
Not 100%, you can lose 1000% if you are foolish enough to keep holding it, right? Okay. I clearly remember once I got a short on the DJT. I forgot its name when it was a SPAC. It is DW something. It was a SPAC that time. That thing just skyrocketed one day
In
in
the
my
zone,
face.
will not DM, said Dwack.
Yeah, DWAC, exactly. That thing skyrocketed in my face. Okay. I saw in front of my eyes from 30 bucks, it went to 120 something. Even before I could react and cut my losses, I would simply froze. Okay, that was my biggest loss in the market. So it can happen. Like the loss is unlimited when you are shorting. The potential loss is unlimited. So that's why I said like shorting is a very risky business. So you have to be very careful
Aaron
in
Pepper
choosing.
said so you have to have a margin account to short anyway. I've
Ye-
never done it.
You have to have a margin account to short, Aaron, but you don't need to use the margin. Like DWAC, I was pretty new to trading at that time. I used margin, I used the leverage. I lost really big because what happened was like the moment basically it started moving up, my margin got squeezed. They started selling other stuff in my portfolio. Okay, which was a nightmare simply. So you need a margin account,
J.
but
Said
need
Webull
not
requires 2k cash balance on your margin account BTW.
correct. But you don't need to use that margin. Okay, I still take short positions only when what my cash position would cover. I don't go beyond that.
Aaron Pepper said gotcha.
You got it, bro. So that's the whole concept of shorting. Okay. Any questions, Aaron? Tell me. Or Jared from your side. If not, I guess I did a good job. I always love taking credits.
No, I had just never done it, so I didn't really know anything about it.
No worries. Okay. You can explore it, but please explore with a small size, yeah? Don't just blow yourself up completely. Okay.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all I will say. All right. So that's there. And be careful of choosing the tickers. Always try to choose something which has a low borrow rate. Okay. That's the main key. Those things don't squeeze. X4, I'm so tempted. I was waiting for this thing to hit above $1, then short it, but it never hit. Okay, this is actually a perfect candidate to short. Okay, like after a while, so that it comes back.
In the zone, will not DM, said you remember Sana.
What happened with Sana? I forgot. I have a very temporary memory. Get on the mic. Tell us what happened with it.
You remember that Sana was the biomed company which came out with the synthetic pancreas
Mm-hmm.
insulin release, and then we had a
Absolutely.
huge 120 million float, and it squeezed like a 1 million float stock.
Exactly. But it came back. I told you to be patient and it worked,
Yeah,
right?
it did.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah.
Everything
I
comes
mean,
back.
I'm just the reason why I brought it up, guys. So this was we shorted a stock. So we shorted a stock. Like I shorted it. Let me put it this way. I'm new to shorting. I was learning with Moin, so I followed all the risk parameters, right? The parameters for choosing a short, and it was like it had something which had a big float. Well, it wasn't very expensive. It wasn't. It was cheap to borrow. So all of the tickers kind of like were in the right direction, right? And I shorted it at a fairly decent spot where it was high enough, and it skyrocketed like and it was
Just
a big
blowed
company. It
in
wasn't
our
even like a small
face.
like a
Just blowed in our face, that one.
huh?
Just blowed in our
Yeah,
face.
that was
Yeah.
it was horrifying to see. Like it wasn't a small company. It wasn't like a $5 million company that squeezed to 20 million like four times. This was like a I don't know, like a $100 million or a $200 million valuation company, which ballooned like 200% in front of our eyes, like like within the span of an hour. or 2 hours basically, it just went up like that. So the reason why I'm bringing it up is that if you are thinking of shorting, just be very mindful of
Order filled.
your risk.
And your
This is not
position
something that you
sizing.
can just hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, options dwindle out really fast as to how to cover for it. So start small, practice a lot. If you get caught up in something,
Bite the bullet, get out.
try to cut. Yeah, try to cut early. Absolutely.
Okay, unless you're very, very confident on the trade.
Yeah, unless you're doing it with
Yeah.
Moin, for the first 100,
No, I
200
make
trades,
mistakes as
that's
well.
fine.
I regularly make mistakes. Come on. Okay,
You
always
do,
make
but
mistakes.
it's yeah.
Okay, so that happens. So these days, basically,
J.
I'm very
Said, are
Order
all the
cautious.
filled.
order types available when shorting? Take
Uh,
profit slash stop market slash etc.
Stop loss doesn't work. It is available, but I trade after hours, right? So for me, stop loss does not work. Okay, it's a pure mental stop
J.
loss.
Said thumbs up.
Okay, so anything that you trade beyond regular hours, beyond 9:30 to 4 p.m., the stop loss never works. So you have to be very careful with your mental stop loss. And I used to do this. This is the truth. I used to take a position. It doesn't go my way. I used to slowly move my stop loss, thinking, oh, just a little bit more. I'll give it a little bit more room. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Guess what used to happen? That never stopped. Okay, it never stopped. It never worked. Ultimately, I had to take the hits, just that I had to take a bigger hit. So now it's like if it doesn't work, it
In
doesn't
the
work.
zone.
That's it.
Will not DM. Said tenor.com.
Okay, so that is it. All right. So who wants to ask the next question? Go ahead, guys.
E. Said hi. I'm trying to further understand the jargon. What you're you saying here? 1. MFI short at image. PT1 at 1.05,
Mm-hmm.
PT2 at 1.00 and PT3 at 0.95. 2.
Okay. So what happens is over here, if you look at it, when I short, I first have to sell it, correct? I first have to sell at a higher price by borrowing the share. So let's say I forgot what I sold MFI at, maybe 110, 115, whatever. Okay. With penny stocks, I have no affiliation. Trust me, if you ask me the names of what I traded today, I cannot tell you. Because for me, those are as they come and as they go. That's it. No affiliation absolutely whatsoever. So over here, when I was looking at it, I saw like it is pumping up. Is there a valid reason? No. No catalyst, nothing. Okay. Or if there's a catalyst, is the catalyst really good enough? Okay. Like the Sana trade that we were just talking about, I literally called in the zone because, in case you guys didn't know, he's a highly accomplished doctor. Okay. I asked him, please explain to me what exactly these guys have done. Okay. The only reason I was very confident on the Sana trade because they actually did the test
Order
only on
filled.
one patient, not X number of patients. Okay. It was just a phase one study. That basically gave me an immense confidence to hold that thing. Okay. If it was like a phase two or phase three, I hope you guys understand what those are. Okay. I wouldn't have held that thing for the love of God. Okay. Because I would have been smoked simply. So, coming back, you basically want to go with like those basically will have, which is literally pumping for no reason and ultimately is expected to come back. It's a game of probabilities. You might be totally wrong. We try to base our trades of probabilities, right? So, given that, I set the the profit targets based on areas where price may come down to, and from where, if it comes down, I will start buying back from the market at a lower price. So, say if MFI I shorted at 115, I would look to cover it at 105. Okay, that's my price target or profit target, whatever you call it. Then I would try to cover more at $1.95. So what that means is, I'm sorry I can see your full name. What that literally means is I'm selling at 115 to somebody at a higher price. I'm sitting back waiting as price drops.
E. Said Ebony.
Ebony, thank you. So I will buy back at a lower price from the market, get the shares, return it back to my broker. That 10 cents, if I shorted at 115 and I covered at 105, that 10 cents is my profit. Does it make sense, madam?
E said no.
No? Get on the mic. Tell me how, what more I mean, like where you're getting lost. I'm so sorry. Somebody's server muted you. Wait, I'm gonna unmute you. You must have done something naughty before, Imoni. That's why you got server
E
muted.
said unable to mute.
Unmuted you.
E said LOL.
I unmuted you.
Stock it
Talk to
rocket
us.
said ball.
Yep.
Good afternoon. So yes, nothing what you said made sense to me. 'Cause initially when I'm going through and I'm receiving the notifications, I'm like, okay, so you hit your price target at 105 and then you hit another one at
Mhm.
at $1.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't understand what you did. I understand buying shares
Yeah.
and then buying and then selling back, but I believe you said at the beginning that you sold first.
Correct.
So
Look,
that's the part that is
have you ever done
confusing me.
options?
Yes, I've done options, meaning just I bought some calls and puts and then I sold.
Okay,
Yes.
put a full stop there. You said that
Okay.
you bought puts, right? When you bought
Yes.
puts, what was your perception, madam?
That the market was going down.
Exactly. When I look at shorting something, let's bring up like what I shorted today. Okay? I remember this one because I made good money on it. Okay. When I shorted this one at 79 cents, right around here, I think you can pull up the alert in your phone. Right around here, when I shorted this one, my perception was the same as what you do when you go for puts. That
Okay.
price is gonna come down, right? Where price is now, price should not be in that place. That was my perception when I took that. So
Mhm.
what did I do? I basically borrowed the shares. You buy puts, instead of that,
Oh,
I borrowed the shares from my broker. Okay?
okay. Okay.
They
You
lent me the
borrowed.
shares. So that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, say they lent me 5,000 shares. Okay. When they lent it to
Mm.
me, I have those 5,000 shares in my account. And say I sold it to my buddy Ali over here. Okay, I sold it to Ali. Ali is expecting price will go up. I'm expecting price will come down. I'm making money. Okay, so I sold it to Ali and he had the expectation price will go up to $1. He will make a good amount of money. For me, I'm looking at like there's no reason this is going up. This is a pump. It has to come down, hopefully. Afterwards, what happens? Price starts coming down. I
Mm-hmm.
usually scale, okay? What I mean
Mm-hmm.
by scale on anything, either going long or going short. Going long is how I trade typically, like what you said, buy low, sell high. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
shorting is sell high, buy low. So by what I usually do is I take 25%, 50%, 25% out. So if I had 5,000 shares, I would take a 25% position of that out at the first chance.
Order
Okay,
filled.
I will take another 50% out and the second PT. Okay, the second profit target that you see. And finally, the third PT, I will close my position completely.
Mm-hmm.
That's typically
Okay.
how you read my alerts or posts. Make sense, madam?
Yes, now it makes sense. This is a strategy that I haven't gotten into.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I haven't gotten into this one.
Okay, but I
Okay.
told you it can be risky. You heard that part as well, I hope.
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yeah.
Um,
So
I do have the second part of this, the question.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Okay.
The second part is, of course, looking at the notifications that come through, I see, like, I see that, do you ever share when you actually take a, oh gosh, a play? Like I saw one of your notifications that said I made whatever on NVIDIA. It was this afternoon. I'm trying to get back to it.
Mm-hmm.
So and with all there's a lot of stuff going on Discord. I could have, missed it, but do you let the community know when you're getting in a play or just when you take profit?
Two things here. Okay. The very first thing, and that's for everyone. Thanks, Ebony, for asking that question. Okay. The very first thing, my main motivation for being here is not to give alerts. Okay. This is a place where the objectives of everyone was like when we got together, got into creating this place, okay, the concept and everything was to help people to become independent traders. Plain and simple. To teach people how to trade properly, to learn how to trade properly, and that. Okay. All the people that you see here, basically, Geo is here, I can see. Okay. Ronnie, long time. Okay, so I can see another of my friends, Ronnie, being here. You know, in the zone, you know, Smooth. Okay. Joyrider is here. All of us pretty much have the same objective. We pretty much make a decent amount of money from the market. We want to do something that helps people to learn. That's the reason basically this was created in the first place. Okay, alerts are not the primary objective here, Iboni. If you're here for the alerts, I'll say it. Okay, please don't mind, you're in the wrong place. But if you're here to look at like what goes on in my mind when I take a trade and you want to look at the post for that, you're most welcome. Okay, for me, what I do is like if you go to my channel, you will see Tesla, the trades that I took, I gave like exactly when I took it. Okay, I had my levels which I give out every day in the morning in the mega cap levels, and after that, and explained again in the live, those of you who were there in the afternoon, like exactly based on what I was playing Tesla as well as Nvidia. Okay, Nvidia honestly was a textbook trade. I mean, it was literally handed over to you on a plate. Let's just put it that way. Okay, of the levels. So I will always say, like, if I'm in a play, I will mention, like, okay, this is exactly what I do, but only on the things that I am comfortable sharing. I take a lot of plays, especially on the penny stocks, which are much riskier. I never share those because I have this serious fear that despite me saying it multiple times, people will still go in blindly and lose money. Okay, so I only try to share stuff which is comparatively safe. Does it make sense, Imani?
Yes, it makes sense.
Okay, if you go to my channel, you see the Tesla play being given, I mean, like from start to end, like what I did, so that people can look at it, understand. If you're taking the trade with me, you're welcome as long as you know what you're doing. Okay, as
Mhm.
long as you can manage your trade. But that's not the objective.
Order filled.
Mhm.
The whole objective is basically that people learn how to do it. Because when I was really into learning trading, I still learn new things every day. But when I
Smooth,
was really trying to
will
find
not
my
DM, said
hey,
in Lightbulb Smooth Ideas you'll see I identify structure and will post how I took trades off this structure.
absolutely, thanks Mo for mentioning that. Okay, what I used to do is I used to come back home. I used to spend hours going over people's posts, okay, trying to figure out what went on in their head. Okay, the plays
Right.
that which worked out, why those worked out, the ones that did not work out, why they did not work out. That's basically how I developed myself as a trader. That's what I'll say. Okay, and I'm sorry if I disappointed you saying like this is not a place for signals.
No, 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 you didn't disappoint me. And I brought up Nvidia because that's the last one that I saw.
Yeah,
However, my goal is to be an educated trader, right?
very
I
nice.
just maybe I think what I'm doing is I'm trying to get out. How can I say it? I'm trying to get out like the fluff from my Discord
Mm-hmm.
because I got too much stuff in it. And so I'm trying to narrow in. And of course, I met with you one on one already. And so I'm taking the materials, going through that, as well as still looking at things that is happening live. So
Mm-hmm.
I too can understand, okay, what was the reason for that play? So that's, I'm not looking for it to be like spoon fed, trades.
That's
So
great. If you have that mindset,
right there, yeah.
I will bet on you that you are going to succeed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, seriously. All right.
Thank you.
If you have that mindset, trust me, just keep it up for another 2-3 months.
In the
You will
zone.
see like you
Will
will
not
get
DM, said
great.
tenor.com.
Thank you.
Okay. If you want to get spoon fed and want to buy Lamborghinis, in the zone is your
No,
guy.
no. Someone just posted like a gift, so that was funny.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. But seriously, if you just want to get spoon fed and want to buy Lamborghinis like him, he has 4. Okay, for the record. So get to him. All right, he's your guy, not me.
No, I'm in the right space. I do have another question in regards to the different platforms, though. I just want to, I don't want to get in trouble like I did a few nights ago or yesterday, to ask a question in regards to like, platform. If I get rid of one, will I keep the other? I'll just DM you. I'll do that.
Yeah, no worries. You can DM any one of us. Okay. What I can assure you that the people here are super helpful. Okay.
Thank you.
So that's there. Thank you for your questions. Who wants to go next? Do you guys want to look at the Nvidia trade again based on what I took that trade?
I had a question before
Go ahead,
uh
Christian.
get to that. Can you go over like how you look at the volume bars on penny stocks?
Same way I look at everything else. I mean, exactly what are you trying to understand? Tell me that. Elaborate a bit more. Maybe we can work
So,
further.
for example, if I'm in like a long trade,
Tell me the name.
I'll
Tell me what you're looking at.
I
We'll
don't
pull that
I
up.
don't
Let's pull up X4.
know.
Okay. Look at this trade, bro.
Yeah, again, like you, I don't remember the penny stocks I trade.
Okay. If you look at this,
Um,
how do you know that this will go up or this has a potential of going up and or coming down, correct?
so right, I'll look at the green volume bars. Like I'll
Mm-hmm.
always look if they are increasing and if they're larger than the red ones.
Correct. That's a very nice way. I do the same thing. Okay. What else?
And then, but when I see volume leave,
Mm-hmm.
when the volume bars get smaller, that's when I'll kind of um start to look to get out.
Okay. For this
So
one, let's use this one as an example. All right. How do you interpret volume? And different people do it different way. I can only tell you like what I do, Christian. By the way, how's the new job going?
oh, I start Monday.
Oh, this month, next
I,
Monday.
I'll, yeah,
So
thank
on the
you.
next session, you're buying Desert for all of us, right? Or when you get your first paycheck.
Yeah.
That's your
Wait,
first
I'm sorry.
paycheck out of college, correct?
Yeah.
You gotta give us a treat, bro. Okay, I'll remember that.
Maybe I'll go up to Canada.
Yep, you're welcome.
Order
But
filled.
not now, unless you really want to shovel snow. Okay, now is not a very good time.
Right.
All right, look here. This thing started pumping, right? Just around 3 p.m. Your volume is ramping up, simply ramping up. What you need to understand is somebody who is picking up volume like this, okay, this amount of shares, whoever is picking it up, they have an objective. Okay. Similarly, look when volume is coming, price is coming down just near the market close. Do you see the selling volume simply faded? The volume that it went up with, but the way the price is coming down is simply not fading, right? That tells you two things. This thing has legs. The buyers are still in because the buyers have not given up. If the buyers literally gave up, then the volume that you're seeing here going up, those volume bars would be reflected, right? They have to exit. And for any trade, it's both the buyers and sellers. They have to have an equilibrium. Okay. And that's how basically price is reached, correct? If I want to sell, but you don't want to buy, there is no trade, no volume recorded.
Jimmy said I am trying to review your trades to understand details after, lately, you shorted some stocks with 1 to 3 million flowed with the news.
Mm-hmm.
They all worked out well. Today PCSA/MTNB were low.
Okay, I'll answer your question, GB, but let's me finish with the volume thing. So what you can see is like when the bars, like when price is coming down, nobody is literally selling, or these big buyers who picked up like 4.5 million of
Order
shares,
filled.
did that guy basically give up? Absolutely no. He has no intention of giving up, right? He's just holding. And you are basically looking at it, holding a support with a fading volume. So that tells you what? Probably this thing has legs to go up. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. Now, aftermarket, things are much more easier to manipulate or pump because with very small capital, very small for the market makers, not for us, they can easily make things move. Okay, two things may happen to this. The very first thing is I feel like tomorrow it's gonna hit probably $1 right at 4 a.m. And in the zone might be buying another Lamborghini. Don't be very surprised if he does. Okay, sends us a picture of a new one. That's very much possible. Or all the volume that they accumulated here with this pump, they have literally letting it go. Okay, so the volume that was picked up here, the volume that was picked up here, you need to understand like where did the selling happen? Nobody wants to sell at a loss, especially if you have a large positions like this. Okay, and these are not retail buyers who are buying into this because we don't have that type of capital. Nobody puts in their mind even $100,000 as a retail trader into a stock like this, plain and simple. Okay, so this type of volume bursts are driven by institutions, not by us. If they're picking it up, they have an objective. And when you see that price is not simply fading, not simply dumping, okay, so that is what they did, that they basically started distributing it. This is the whole period before that. If you look at this thing, this is the accumulation period. Now it's distribution. Okay, right near here, we went up, couldn't break $1, and now basically we are coming very near to this support in the after hours. So when you see that the volume coming down is not equal to the volume going up, on a penny stock especially, this tells you like this might have more legs. Does it make sense, Christian, for you?
Yeah, so you're saying kind of towards the market close, that price kind of held where that large green volume bar was.
Mm-hmm. This
Okay.
one. Every day you will
Yeah,
see
yeah.
something getting picked up around 3 to 4, 3 to 3:30ish or a little bit late, and that thing runs in the after hours like crazy, okay? Because that's when the institutions start taking a position,
Order filled.
okay, and literally start moving it back up. Okay, unlike you or me,
Okay.
those guys are not trading for pennies. Okay, I might not even trade tomorrow, bro, after what I made yesterday and today, right? I'm very happy. But this is a huge advantage that we have that these guys don't have. They have to trade literally every single day. You and me, we are not forced to trade every day. Okay.
G said I'm not trading tomorrow. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy.
Okay. Gio, your tomorrow starts tomorrow or tonight? By the way, you guys, especially those of you who are in the West Coast, should seriously force Gio to go live at night with you guys trading futures. He kills it every
G
single
said
night,
tonight all
literally.
done for tomorrow. White heavy check mark.
Mm-hmm. See, I told you. Tonight all done for tomorrow. By the time we wake up, he's
Aaron Pepper
basically
said
done.
who?
That's the guy right on top of you, Aaron Geo. If you're on West Coast, you should see him trade at night. He just kills it every single night. And if this guy ever posts something related to QQQ, he's one trader I will trust if I really do it ever, not to look at a chart and take that trade. Okay. He trades only one thing, QQQ or NQ, which
Jules
is the
said who?
futures. That's it. That's Geo
Aaron
Jules.
Pepper said oh. He
Okay.
live streams it. I'm
Geo, you
CST.
gotta get on the mic here, bro. Lots of demand for you. Unless you're too busy still making money. Alrighty, so that's there. Who else has questions? Tell me. We got time for a lot more questions. Jimmy, to answer your question, PCSA, MTNB, those were pumps. If you look at it, there is no real
Order
news in
filled.
those things. Okay, if there is no real news, it is purely a pump, or if the news is unsubstantial. So that thing literally tells you that that thing is screaming at you that it wants to come down. Okay, it is just a pump. That's what I'm capitalizing on. The float is low, I acknowledge, but if you look, the CTB is very low as well. Whatever I'm picking up on these, the CTB is super low, and these are all basically dumps, okay, which have no reason to get up that high in the first place. So if something is going up, it's purely they're exploiting people's greed, and then it comes down. Alrighty, so who goes next? If I'm
Jimmy
too
said
boring,
okay,
making
yes
you guys fall
CTB is
asleep,
very low.
tell me that
Sorry
as
my
well.
mic not working so cannot speak.
No worries, Jimmy.
Understood. Me 6 said GG Jimmy, you just advanced to level 1.
Anyone else with questions? Otherwise, I'm seriously gonna go to sleep.
Order filled.
No questions? Shall I do it like an auction?
Elevate underscore 89 said what steps do you take to prepare for the next day of trading? Me 6 said
Features,
GG elevate underscore 89,
take
you just
steps.
advanced to level 1.
I take steps like with futures, I will chart it out properly, look at things, okay, make my move and all that. But with penny stocks, absolutely nothing, Danny. Penny stocks are as they come. Okay, I will take whatever comes my way in the morning. And I don't know if you guys are utilizing the scanner. I find it a great tool.
Said what is the levels?
On what? Sorry, Bonnie, what's the level? On what? I didn't get your question, sorry. All right, I think I had a request to review Discovery. Sorry, Disney. DIS, yeah? Let's do that.
Said I can't hear anything, are we on break?
Can you guys hear? Oh, damn. I didn't notice. Sorry, no, you're
Fossil
on break.
Fuel said Moin you are muted MHM.
Yeah, I didn't
I will
notice.
never DM
Somehow
you first.
I was muted. My apologies, my apologies. Okay, Danny, to answer your question, okay,
G
I'm not sure from
said
where I got
LOL.
muted. Okay.
Stock it rocket said ball.
Yeah, that was very embarrassing. Danny, to answer your question, to prepare for the next day, I look at the futures charts. Okay, make my levels of that. I'm ready. With penny stocks, I just trade whatever comes across my way. Okay, there's nothing, no preparation I take or anything because I don't hold penny stocks. I scalp them. Okay, that's why like you'll never see me putting up levels on penny stocks or anything. Whatever comes in the momentum scanner, I'll take that trade with both hands, trade it, forget it. That's my strategy of trading penny stocks. Iboni, what level you're looking for? I didn't understand your question.
I'm looking in the chat and I see the me's. I don't know what those are, and it says that you have advanced to level 1.
I have no idea. Okay,
Okay.
you have to ask our administrator, Smooth, what that is. I have no idea, honestly. Smooth, mind getting on the mic and explaining? I also want to know what those levels are. Do we get money if we advance?
No, it's just showing how engaged you are in the server. That's all. So the higher your level, that shows that you are active, an active participant of the server. So
you
it's
pay us
really
a bonus if
doesn't
we are
what
more
it is.
active.
Eventually, yes. So we're coming to that point soon where I'll start to look for the person with the highest I wouldn't say highest level, but the most XP earned for the month, and we'll start giving out little gift cards for
So
it. So
can I spam
and
and still get to a higher level?
it,
I want to get some
why
free
you
money.
gotta
Come
talk
on.
about the bad stuff, man? Nah,
I'll
I'm
put
not
my
too sure
son
how
to
that
it.
works,
I put
but
my
I know
son to
that
it
there
and tell
is.
him to type everything.
Yeah, but you can only send so many messages back to back without Discord itself identifying it as a spam and
Very
removing
bad.
it your messages.
Mm.
So you can't cheat the system, but yeah, in the future I'm hoping that we can start
Why
implementing
do you have
something
so
like
many
that. It would be kinda
restrictions,
cool.
Wara?
E
You're a bad
said
guy.
got it. Thank you.
All right,
Me6 said GGE. You just advanced to
let's
level
look at
1.
Discovery. What's happening here? Smooth, you want to share your chart on Discovery? Shall I stop streaming? Do you want to share?
For Discovery for Disney?
Sorry, for Disney. I keep on
Um,
saying Discovery. For
yeah,
Disney.
I don't
Yeah?
really have anything going on in my church. I just wanted to see how you feel about the gap fill here. I was looking in possibly. Well, I don't want to give financial advice, but I do want to possibly not take possibly go long here. So I just want to know what your thoughts are
Let's look
there.
at it.
It's good to get a little different perspective
Mm-hmm.
because I'm obviously going to be biased to my own perspective. So it's nice to just see your fresh perspective on it.
I am always biased with what I do. And then the market comes back and kicks me back. Alright, so this is what we got on this thing, right? Up to this. Looking at it, your gap fill was attempted. It was never failed, right? If I look at this chart, I want to start closing above, which we are not doing right now. Okay, we're still testing this place, not crossing above it, you see?
Yes.
If it crosses, it makes this a support, you're gonna go back, bro. Be careful about shorting it.
No, I don't want to short it. I want to go
Yeah,
long. So it looks good for longs. Okay, that's good.
absolutely. And if this level breaks, it's
Yeah, it's good. It
totally
had
free
like
for
a
all.
nice thin structure on the upway, on the upward
Exactly.
side.
Okay, nothing to
And I was
stop. If this level breaks,
that's what I was seeing.
in fact, you are slowly starting to form that handle. Now
Mhm.
that if you look at it,
Oh, look at you looking at cup and handles. I thought I was the only one that does it.
right?
Okay. Oh,
Slowly you're starting to
yep.
form it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
And
that's what I
we're
like.
approaching
So
that
if
point.
this breaks, bro, you are done. Okay, don't short it. You'll be smoked. What will happen to your
Good to
FOBO in
see
that
that I'm
case?
not biased. Good thing I'm not biased by that. Okay. So you also see what I see. This looks good.
Mm-hmm. Well, the chart is for everyone to see, right? Very unlikely I will see something different than what you are seeing. Okay, so that's there.
Order
All
filled.
right. So
Order
that's that.
filled.
Excellent. My nighttime thing is done. Gio, you will be proud. I reached my 500 target while talking to you guys for the night. Okay. I'm not like Gio making thousands overnight. Okay. But if I make 500 after dinner, I'm very happy. And another
G
thing I will
said
say,
let's go.
okay, another thing I will seriously say this for all of you. Try to find a buddy in trading. That really helps. Okay, because trading is a very lonely journey. Trust me, it's a very lonely journey and can be very frustrating. Try to find someone with whom you can talk. Okay, so
And that's why we created the server. So you
thank
could
you.
find someone
Yeah,
like-minded people.
I have a very nice support group. Okay, for futures, Geo is my go to guy. When I mess up, I literally go and cry on his shoulder at times. I'm serious about it. Okay, so It's there. So if you
He
went out,
said that was $500 from penny stock after hours.
no, no, no. This is
Momentum
futures.
channel.
I'm trading futures. Okay, I mean the penny stock
He
stopped trading at
said
8
okay.
p.m. All right. So we trade futures a lot. Okay, so that's there. That's 23 hours, Simone. You can give it a shot. So literally try to find a buddy. Okay, because that really helps you to not only vent out, somebody else, just like Smooth was saying right now, can pinpoint your flaws, can help you to get better. Okay, try to find somebody with whom you can totally trust, totally open up. That really helps like anything. All right, time for one last
He
question
said
before I
I'm
run
looking
away.
for a buddy that's not a scammer.
Good question. I think you can count me out of the list first.
He said LOL. Stock it rocket said ball.
Smooth, what is this stock it rocket thing? You put something new here as well?
I don't know. This is the first time I've ever seen it. I'm gonna have to end up kicking it.
G
I've never seen
said
it
what's
Okay.
before.
stock it rocket?
Exactly. I have the same
G
question as
said
Gio.
LOL. Stock it rocket said ball.
Whatever you put, just make it simple for people like us, okay?
I don't even know what this is. I
G
might have
said
to
ball is
ban this
life I
account.
guess.
All right, time for one last question. If anyone has anything before I run away.
Hey, Moeen, this is Martin.
Hi, Martin.
You able to touch on how to use the momentum scanner?
Absolutely. Just give me a sec. Let me pull it up. Smooth. Any way I can stream two things together?
What do you mean stream two things? Like have two
Like if I
things
connect to
pop
the
up on?
momentum scanner now, I will get disconnected from here. Any way basically I can connect to this thing?
No.
No?
No.
Damn. That would have really helped. There's no way we can do that, right?
Not that I can see. Trying to ban this thing because I'm not too sure how it got into the server, so I don't want it to be a problem. Give me 1 second.
Okay. You mean you can join them both in the same chat?
No, you can't join two chats at the same time. No.
Okay. All right. Martin, I will just cover very briefly. Like when you go to the momentum scanner, throughout the day, it puts out alerts, right? Those alerts are literally not telling you to trade. Those alerts are telling you there is a potential trade. Okay. I will rather go here. I don't know if you have discovered this yet or not. Like I put up a thing like how you can read the alerts on the momentum scanner. So let's say we take the example of Fubo. Okay, this is typically how the alerts come, correct? On the scanner, if you look at it during the day. Gabriel, I have to server mute you. There's background noise for you. I think I got our server mute you as well. Okay. If you guys have a question, type in the chat. So what it says is this is a very fast scanner to pick up stocks which are moving either in either direction, either up or down, okay? With volume, because you don't want to get into something without volume, because that's the first sign that this is going to dump. Volume is like the foundation of your house. Okay, if there is volume, that thing has legs. If there is no volume, that thing doesn't have any legs. Just keep it from that perspective. Okay, so if I'm looking over here, first name thing is the ticker. Okay, that's showing up for you. This basically tells you in what price range this stock is trading right now, because we all have different things. For me, like I don't trade sub pennies. By sub pennies, I mean things which are below 25 cents or even below 50 cents most of the time. Okay, so below a dollar, this will move in increments of a quarter, like 25 cents, 50 cents. If this says 50 cents, all it means is price is somewhere between 25 cents to 50 cents. If this says $1 here, it means this is trading between $1 to 50 cents. Below 5, above $1, it increases in increments of $1. Below 5, it means like the price is between $4 to $5. Next part, this shows you like what percentage is the gains already on this. This is like how many times the scanner has picked it up. Typically, you will see like things that run, they keep on being repeated. Like Fubo on that day, Smooth, you remember that day, right? Fubo ran like crazy.
Yeah,
We discussed
really, really
where
high.
this thing basically
Yeah.
is gonna go. Okay, like it was mentioned 16 times by the time I picked up this alert, and that also within like 3 hours of 2.5 hours of market opening. Okay, NSH means new session high. NHOD, sometimes you will see that will mean new high of the day. This is the float. Then volume is completely relative. What we really want to see is a very high relative volume for it to continue to have legs. Higher relative volume means what? Whatever is regularly traded, this is trading 60 times of that. That means like what? All the buyers and sellers are literally piled up into this. If you see versus something which has a relative volume of 5, say for example, versus this one which has a relative volume of 60, that means what? Whatever it trades on an average day, this thing is trading 60 times of it. So if it is running, chances are very high with all the liquidity that is coming in, it will continue to run, keep on going the direction it is going. The next one is volume, which shows you literally how much the stock is traded today. So if you look at that day, this thing literally, despite a super heavy float for a penny stock of 19 million, the company changed hands at least once. Like all the shares of the company were traded. If you look at it from that perspective, at least one time during the first 2.5 hours of the market. So this is literally telling you that this guy is having an extremely high momentum. Okay, it has still got legs. So that's there. And PR, typically this will mean whether there's a news, what's the reason this is running up. Okay, that's what it is going to show. And by the way, if you guys really want to understand how shorting works, what works, read these articles from Jacob. He really puts efforts into writing these articles about penny stock trades. Okay, he's a great trader himself, and his educational contents are really, really good. The people you find here, they're really good traders, trust me. Okay, so that's there. Does that answer your question, Martin? How basically you look at the trades over here?
Yes, it was really helpful. Thank you.
Typically, what I do is the moment basically things starts popping up, I pull up the chart immediately and I start charting it if I don't have it charted. If I like the chart, given the direction which I want to take the trade, I will immediately go in the trade. That's it. I just don't go blindly after this thing puts up something. That's the easiest way to lose money. If you want to lose money like that, tell me. Okay, I will tell you some charities that I like, put money over there. At least you will be in good books of God instead of giving your money to the market maker. Okay, what we'll do is I'll try to go live one of these days. Okay, with the scanner running in the back end somehow. Let me see if I can do that. And I'll show you like exactly how I trade. I'll try to do it either in the after hours time, the 4 p.m. time, or maybe from 8 to 9. Okay, let me write it down. Let's do it next week, someday next week. All right, so that's it pretty much from me. Anything else you guys want to have? Any questions? Anything?
There's a question still in chat.
Negotiation will turn their
All right.
remains.
Let's go over it. What's the question? Tell me.
What are the definitions of float and free float? What is the difference?
Okay, float is the total number of shares. Let's say we just saw Fubo, right? Fubo had 319 million shares in total. That's the total float of the company. Now, if you remember the news, I think right now, correct me if I'm wrong, Disney owns a substantial amount of Fubo. Okay, that's institutional ownership. Now, which shares are tradable in the market? the shares that are in the hand of people like you and me, correct? Disney definitely did not buy the shares of Fubo to day trade. Okay, so let's say out of the 319 million shares of Fubo, 100 million shares are owned by Disney. That they're holding, whatever is their objective, or any other institutions they're holding for an objective, okay, that they will not let go of. Sometimes directors or company owners, they also own a substantial portion. Sometimes you will see like there's a restriction on certain people that, okay, you have been granted shares, but you cannot sell for X number of period. Those are non-tradable shares. So let's say there's another 19 million of those and 100 million owned by Disney. So your free float will be the remaining shares which are there, which is roughly about 200 million shares that can be traded in the market. Does that answer your question, madam? Let's see what you're typing. Smooth, can I request you very quickly?
Papakaya said sir. And yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Smooth, before we end, can I request you very quickly to touch on how to link the WOP with Discord? If you want, you can take over the screen. I'll stop sharing because we're having this problem regular. People are subscribing.
On the
but they're not
road 7
linking.
said great class Moin.
Thank you.
Me 6 said GG on the road 7, you just advanced to level 1.
Smooth, you're still here?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay, I'll stop
I didn't
sharing if you
notice
want to
it.
share, like how to subscribe and how to link it properly.
It would be a little difficult since I own it. Anybody